All right, hello guys. So today we're going to be doing 3 days of back testing, and then the main point of this video really is to go over my trading today. And I lost my funded account today, and we're going to go over that, and I'm going to be able to spill out everything that I'm currently thinking about that. So let's get right into it. We're going to do, remember, 3 days of back testing, and this morning I was back testing and it's still not working. I wanted to purchase right here, right, for a long, but it's not working. So we're going to exit out of this. And actually, let's get right into what happened today. So today, going into the session, I was more bearish. We had this 1 hour fair value gap that I was looking for it to get inversed, right? Potentially to the downside, taking out this low. And that was just a bias that would help me. But in the actual session, when market opened, I had obviously this fair value gap. It's one here and one here, so we just made one large one. It was inversed, it was retraced back into, and then displaced from. Obviously there was this inversion, but it was just way too volatile at this moment. You know, price almost closed above this one and then closed below this one. And we're showing that displacement underneath that 1 hour fair value gap I was talking to you about. And then price displaced higher, right? We tapped back into this fair value gap. Price swept the high that was made at 918, pre-market high, right here, because this was the high of the day so far. Swept the high of the day, creating a new protected high from what I'm seeing. We had a singular fair value gap. It was a large fair value gap, so it was about 20 points for a fair value gap. I put onto my Twitter right here, let's see, at 4 hours ago, that if we get this inversion, I'll take that trade. If not, I'm going to get out because I had a practice. So we get the inversion, and I entered in 2 contracts here, right? Let's think about this. So I entered in 2 contracts here, and then I entered in 2 more here. So my fill was around here. Price displaced higher, and then it came down, and it was chopping around. And then what I noticed was I entered with E-mini NASDAQ. I was devastated. I am supposed to only enter in E-micro NASDAQ. And I really don't know why. I don't know how I didn't notice this. And then once I noticed this, what I did is I was around 20 ticks down, and then price came back in to the green. I was up 15 ticks. And from there, I was like, okay, I made the mistake, but this is the close that I saw. I saw this displacement higher, taking out this very, very small high. Then we closed below this, and I was just reading price action as if today was going to be a very high probability day. And price displaced higher, and I hit the max drawdown on my position because I was in 4 contracts, and we had a almost like 25 point move higher, and my funded account was gone. And it got me really annoyed with myself because if this was just a loss and I sized correctly and then I lost my funded account, that would be fine. I would be okay with that because this is a loss that I'm willing to take. This is a fine loss. There's that displacement under, we get that retracement within, and I would have entered here. But the main thing was that I made a stupid mistake. And if I really ever want to be a profitable trader, and I know I really deep down do, and that's the path I'm on, then I can't make stupid mistakes like that. I can't enter with minis and then notice that and still not do anything about them. I have to really be on top of everything, and this sort of mistake is just, you can't make that. You don't make these mistakes as a profitable trader, and there's always that part of you that's like, okay, well, that was the last blow, you have to quit now. But I know deep down there's no way that I can quit. I'm not quitting. I'm so close. I proved to myself day in, day out that I'm a profitable trader, So it's that I can be a profitable trader, that my method works, that it just takes a little bit more time. It takes the development of the self. And it hurt my brain because I just didn't know what to really think, because I don't want to keep spending money on accounts that I'm just going to blow away with stupid mistakes. And you have to understand at a certain point that these stupid mistakes have to stop. And they only stop when it gets really bad. And it's like when like the mistake gets really bad that you can't do anything else but stop. And it's like, Darius, are you going to stop? Is this bad enough? You passed 2 accounts, 2 challenges. You've had 2 live funded accounts. You were close to 2 payouts and you made silly mistakes over trading or doing this where you just aren't paying attention to the small details. You're taking an E-mini trade when you're supposed to take a micro trade. And it just comes down to the maturity. Like, what level of maturity are you? Like, do you have the ability to even become a trader? Because the real day traders, they don't make silly, stupid mistakes, right? They're focused on they're focused on the big things because they've already mastered this. So it's like, Darius, is this painful enough for you to never make a silly mistake again? And that answer is yes. I hate this feeling of making a silly mistake, a stupid mistake, and losing something that you've worked so hard for. And I just understand that I know I have to change these ways, but it just comes with being disciplined all the time, being prepared and always being focused on the goal at hand. And I just know there's not much I can change because my model is so good right now, and it's just my mindset, and I'm proving it to myself. I'm getting better daily. Like, this week was really good until then. And it would have been good if I took it with micros because it would have been a small loss. It would have been like a $100 to $200 loss. So it just really comes down to the fact that, like, you have to keep going, right? You're on your own road to success. You're not on anyone else's path to success. Yes, other people may have been doing this for less time and they may be more successful for you, but you're living within God's path, and it's very hard sometimes because you stray away from God's word and the life that he wants you to live, and you live a different life. You do different things and you do bad habits, but you just have to understand that you have to keep going. You have to keep that faith in the outcome, the faith that the outcome will come if you focus on the process at hand. And I just know I'm going to take a break this weekend. I'm going to Hawaii with my girlfriend for the weekend. And then back on Tuesday, I have to get back to trading. It's just, I get to get back to it. I love trading. I love the price action. I have such a big passion for it, but it's just that I have to make sure that these mistakes don't happen. Winners are good at making mistakes happen less. They're not good at winning more. They minimize their mistakes so that their winners are shown more and their winners do more. So my main takeaway from today is just cut out the silly mistakes. Cut that bullshit out of your trading. Be mature, have integrity, have discipline towards your plan. And just overall understand that you can do it. Understand that you are a great day trader, that you have the ability to design your life that you've been thinking of for years now. It just comes down to, like, how bad do you really want it? Are you willing to really focus on yourself and truly make these changes in your life? And the answer is yes. I want it so bad that I'm willing to do anything. But it's like, Darius, are you willing to not make stupid mistakes again? So this was the trade today. And that's that. And I don't really care what the market does now because it's just irrelevant to me because I don't have an account. I mean, I do have an account, but this account is blown now. I have this account that I can trade from, which is an eval account, which is fine, but I don't care for trading today because I'm just trying to focus on my mind now. So let's do some back testing because that's always fun. So we're going to hop here. We're going to get 3 charts going. 3 charts are going. We're going to get a 1 hour, a 5 minute, and a 1 minute. We're going to change the time to New York. And now we're back in that trade that I was wanting to take this morning. So let's explain the bias for this trade. So although the 5 minute is not as clear, it doesn't really look that good, I would say. There's this inversion fair value of the price is reacting from, and I'm looking for a move higher. Price closed above here, didn't hit the internal high yet, and this trade looks good, so I'm going to take this trade. I do have to leave soon, I'm kind of remembering, because I'm going with my girlfriend's family to see her brother's college today. So I'm going to buy 6 here off that inversion and that sweep of liquidity delivering from my fair value gap. And we're going to put our stop loss. Stop loss is going to be kind of around the low of that candle, and we're going to go 1 tick in the future. And so we take out the high right here, which is pretty much what we're looking for. We're looking for a sweep of these 1 minute equal highs. So here's where I enter out 50% of my position and we move our stop loss to break even. So now we're up that 500 and we can get stopped out, and that's fine, but we don't. We're now reaching towards this high right here, which is our next profit taking position. So we're going to take off 75% and we're going to keep our stop loss here because there are no really clear targets right now for this individual trade, because if there was a setup on the 5 minute, we could use a 5 minute setup, but obviously there is this high, which is the high from the 1 hourly inversion, and then hourly sweep of liquidity, and then we get that retracement higher. But I'm not really I'm not really too focused on that because it's not as clean. So we get stopped out there, and that's fine with me. And we'll just continue price action. We'll just do 1 day because my girlfriend's texting me. So yeah, now we're delivering from this fair value gap. On the 5 minute, we have order blocks created here that price is obviously delivering from. Yeah, we get that move higher, which is what I kind of expected. And I think we're going to continue down that path. It's like one of those delivery days. Yeah, and I was right, and that's because we have this high up here. They look like pretty much almost equal highs. Okay, gonna continue. Okay, so we're getting that displacement back down. We could look for a retracement back into the equilibrium. Okay, so it looks now that we're not actually displacing from the equilibrium, we're more bearish based now, so let's continue down. Okay, tiny inversion right there that I think will work to an internal high. Ooh. So now we have this inversion, and it looks good from a 1 minute perspective, kind of. I'll take this half size just because the confidence isn't really there, but I still believe in the model, the inversion model. Yes, that stops me out, and that's fine. Now it's lunch hour. Let's get past lunch hour. So we're obviously trending now. Okay, now come back into the equilibrium. There's a 5 minute fair value gap here. And there's this 1 minute fair value gap that got inversed. I like that reaction. I'm going to buy. I'm willing to take that loss. Right, so my stop loss is going to be under here. And there's a feeling that it's going to stop out. And then I'm going to exit my position there just because there's no true momentum to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to take this trade because I'm anticipating an inversion to the upside. I'm going to take this full position because this is something I have higher conviction within. My stop loss will be if price closes below the inversion fair value gap. I'm looking for a 5 minute inversion. Okay, 5-minute inversion happened. We are getting that sort of displacement higher, but not really. So we took out the internal high, so I'm going to take 50% off there. Move my stop loss underneath here. And from my back testing, we should hit... Hello? Why is it locked? Okay, yeah, we should hit this high right here. So let's see. Yep, so we hit the high, and now we get that sort of choppy move down, but that's because you took a 5-minute inversion, so you don't look on the 1-minute chart for these sort of things, you look on the 5-minute chart. And as you can see on the 5-minute chart, we have order block that price is reacting from, extremely clean, right? The low of the fair value gap is where the order block is, and so there's that. So we're going to take off 75% of the position there, leave 0.75 for contract in the blue. Maybe we can let price just do its thing, stop me out, you know? And boom, there we go. And that'll be it for the day today. So thank you very much, and I'm going to go.